Hey everybody, in this video I'm going to show you what we give our son to eat during 1 week of baby-led weaning. At the beginning, it was a little nerve-wracking for me doing baby-led weaning with him because we don't do purees and we don't feed him from a spoon, so he just will pick up food with his hands. He'll sometimes pick it up with the pincher grasp, and sometimes he'll pick it up with his whole hand. Sometimes he'll grab onto a spoon that has food on it, and those are the different ways that he is able to eat. And you'll see during this video that he's not eating all 3 meals every single day. Usually it's about 2 meals a day, which is perfectly fine. His main source of nutrients right now is breast milk. I do hope that soon we can get to 3 meals a day with him, but right now he's still napping 3 times a day. He's 6 months old, so sometimes he doesn't always get those 3 meals. You'll see during this video that he does gag sometimes, and he's not choking. It's just a baby's way to move food around in their mouth and make sure they don't choke. So it's a perfectly natural reaction for baby-led weaning. Baby-led weaning is about trusting your baby and giving them foods that they are able to eat independently. Okay, so this is what we have for Peter's dinner tonight. I just cut this tortilla into a thin strip so that he was able to pick it up, and then I rubbed it with a little bit of lime juice so that he could just at least taste that flavor, and then a few pieces of thick shredded cheese. He does tend to really enjoy cheese, but I just gave him 3 pieces. He really doesn't eat that much. I also mashed some avocado here, and I added a little bit of breast milk for extra nutrients just because I had it, some sour cream, and some tomatoes. I did peel the skin off of the tomatoes and I put them in these strips so that he's able to pick them up and dip them in the sour cream if he wants. So this is what his plate looks like. He just finished. You can tell he's finished whenever he starts crying and whining. So a lot of his food ended up in his bib right here, but he did taste everything, but he pretty much just ate whatever ended up being in his mouth, which was mostly sour cream and avocado. So here is the aftermath of the oatmeal breakfast. You can tell that he's done because he's whining. And I did give him a little bit of egg, which is what we had for breakfast. It was some scrambled egg. He did pretty good eating that too. He pretty much just played with it. This is what Peter's eating tonight. We're having salmon and cauliflower and garlic bread for supper. So Peter is just eating a little bit of salmon and a little bit of cauliflower. I did not add any salt to any of this. So any sodium is just coming from the cheese and the cauliflower. And I did not give him a lot of salmon because it's expensive and I know he's not gonna eat very much of it. He actually ate pretty good. He liked the salmon, but it was just really hard for him to pick up any food for this meal. He ended up getting another serving of cauliflower. That's why there's actually quite a bit in there. He ate a pretty good amount. Didn't do too bad. So I'm making French toast for Peter's lunch today. So this mixture is just cinnamon, eggs, milk, cinnamon, eggs, milk, a little tiny splash of maple syrup, and some vanilla. So I still have my leftover dinner rolls from the other night that I made homemade, so I know the ingredients in this bread. So I'm just gonna use that for the French toast. So this is everything that was left from that meal. Obviously, he didn't eat that much, but he did eat some pretty good chunks, so I was happy with it. This is Peter's breakfast today. I've given him spears before, but they were super slippery and he wasn't able to eat them. And also it was his first meal, so he was gagging on them a lot. So hopefully this time goes better. He really didn't do too bad on this banana. He ate a lot more banana than he did last time. Only a little tiny bit ended up in his bib, so this probably doesn't seem like a lot to some people, but it's pretty good for us. For lunch, he's gonna have some leftover French toast and some banana. I meant to cut the banana differently, but I ended up just chopping the top part off, so that did not work. So he's just gonna have some bigger chunks. We'll see how he does with it. That was a pretty short-lived meal. He's already getting fussy after about 5 or 10 minutes. Less than 10 minutes. So he didn't end up eating that much stuff in his bib, and he left a bunch of stuff on his tray. As long as we're trying, I think it's a win. So his breakfast today is a leftover dinner rolls. I just cut them in slices and then toasted them. They were a little bit too soft for me to not toast them, so I didn't want him to have them untoasted. For these, they're just plain, and then I just put a little tiny bit of peanut butter on the other one. So we'll see how he likes it. Hopefully he doesn't have any reactions to the peanut butter. This is the aftermath of his breakfast this morning. He did actually do a pretty good job eating. A lot of pieces ended up in the bib, as you can see. He did have a lot of pieces in his mouth, but he ended up just spitting them out. Peter is just eating what we're eating tonight for dinner. So we have some turkey, some green beans. I tried to get the green beans that were the longest because that's going to be easiest for him to eat. And you're not supposed to give 6-month-olds cut green beans, so that's why I gave him those long ones. He's got some applesauce and some potatoes. We made baby potatoes. They were purple and white potatoes, and so I just mashed them up for him so that it's safer for him to eat. He actually did a pretty good job with the applesauce and the potatoes, but he didn't really eat any green bean or turkey. He put them in his mouth and then just took them right back out. So Peter's breakfast this morning is another banana. I didn't catch it on camera, but I just wanted to show that Peter did just gag a lot and ended up spitting up a bunch of milk. Obviously now he's perfectly fine. That does happen every once in a while with baby led weaning. I really don't like it. I do not like that part of baby led weaning, but he always acts perfectly fine afterwards. I think he just gets some food stuck in like the very back of his mouth and just can't get it. That's what happens. Peter's dinner tonight is some leftover French toast sticks and some avocado. There it is. Are you gonna spit it back? Are you? Are you playing jokes tonight? Is that your new laugh? That's a funny laugh. Tonight for dinner, Peter is eating exactly what we're eating. I didn't make any modifications to this except that I didn't add much salt at all. So I think it's going to be a messy one. Hopefully he doesn't have too much trouble eating it since it's in pretty small pieces. This is a turkey and sweet potato skillet with some avocado, and we'll see how he does with it. Peter lasted about 5 minutes for this meal. I don't know if he just didn't like it or just doesn't want to be sitting in this high chair anymore, but he did end up eating a little bit of it, and I thought I would see more gagging, but he actually did a pretty good job. Thanks for watching. I hope you got some peace of mind if you're just starting off with baby-led weaning, or got some inspiration of what you can feed your baby for baby-led weaning. Please click subscribe and take care.